Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I know it's been some time since I've uploaded any videos. I just basically haven't been doing any of the hobby. The bubble kind of burst with 40k and Lord of the Rings, and so I haven't been doing much stuff at all. And any modelling that I have been doing or hobbying I have been doing, I haven't set up the camera to record anything, so apologies for that. But hopefully with my newfound enthusiasm for World War II, I'm hoping to get a few more videos posted on the account. So what we have here is 1/48 scale vignette. The vehicle is a Tamiya 1/48 Opel Blitz, and the figures are also Tamiya 1/48 with slight modification. And this is basically depicting the Grossdeutschland Division making their way from Sedan onto Stone, their next objective. The Germans broke through over the River Meuse at Sedan, and both the 1st Panzer Division, which is represented by the Opel Blitz, and the Grossdeutschland Division were at the point where it was broken through, where the French defences were broken through, sorry. And I didn't want to put a Panzer in there because basically the tanks would have been way ahead of the infantry, exploiting the breakout. And so this is where the supply truck is following up behind, and the Grossdeutschland Infantry are following up behind. I quite enjoyed this project. It was relatively simple. Obviously the build of the Tamiya lorry was fine, no issues there. The road is plastic, is a plastic sheet, and I'll give details of that hopefully in a video where I'll show how I put this thing together. The grass verge is just DAS, which air dries and then painted, and foliage, some of it comes from Army Painter where you got the tufts, and then the other part is just flocking, which I've just sprinkled on there with PVA to hold it in place. So as I say, I really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to doing a few more, in fact a load more. A lot of them will be based on the Grossdeutschland Division. I wanted to start almost from the very beginning, where the division was involved in World War II. There is a diorama that I should do before this one, which I have an idea for. Again 1/48, and again it will involve Tamiya figures. The diorama after this one will basically depict the Grossdeutschland trying to take Stone, so there'll be a small vignette of that. And the figures I'll be using in that are actually 28mm figures, sometimes referred to as 156, because those figures are a lot more animated. There won't be any vehicles involved, so again there won't be too much with regards to problems with scale, although on the internet it's suggested that 28mm figures do work well with 1/48 scale vehicles. There is an argument that these Tamiya figures, although 1/48, are a bit too tall and slim, and they don't really work all that well, but these poses within this set were just what I was after. Whereas I say the Warlord figures, I think they're a bit too animated. It's all about, they're in action and things like that, where I just wanted troops moving, if you like, in I wouldn't say a sedate pace, but they certainly weren't fighting or anything like that. So the modifications to the troops, I had to change the boots because a lot of the Tamiya figures from this set, they actually have the later boot, which is the ankle height boot. So the boots on these are actually taken from some of the Warlord figures and put on there. The only other thing I had to do really was the straps on the rifles on the Kar 98s, because the Tamiya figures don't come with the strap. So that's just some lead foil off a wine bottle attached to the rifles at the appropriate locations, and then obviously painted up. So I really enjoyed this, and as I say, I hope to produce some more in the near future. I'll just do a bit of a pan round now with the camera, so apologies for the way it's going to basically be a bit wobbly. As you can see, the name of this diorama is Success at Sedan, and I put a telegraph pole in there to give it some height. Obviously the figures also do that, and give you some idea of comparison with the truck. Now the truck isn't heavily weathered, and unfortunately what happened there was the weathering I did do on it, whenever I finished my models, whether it was when I used to do 1/72 stuff, 40k, or the Lord of the Rings stuff, I'd always finish them with a coat of purity seal. Sorry, I just noticed that one of the tarpaulins or baggage rolls that was there was upside down. So I'll give all my stuff a spray of purity seal. But what happened in this instance on the truck, I'd dry brushed it, and I'd put dust on it, because we're obviously, it's supposed to depict May, and it was quite a hot May apparently, and the purity seal just washed it all out. So I've had to go back over again with the dust and try and get a bit of weathering on it. But the problem is that because it's more of a matte finish, you have to be really careful, because the pigments will just stick, and if you overdo it, then it's a bit of a swine to get it off. So the truck looks a bit new, but you know, it's 1940. The equipment did look a lot newer than later on in the war, and so I'm quite happy with the result. And at the end of the day, that's what counts. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope your hobbying's going well, and look forward to seeing some of your own work. Take care.